Hi everybody, welcome to our live event with Charlie Marr, our one-stop shop manager. Welcome to everybody who's joining us this lunchtime. It's lovely to have you along. Please feel free to use the comment section underneath the post if you'd like to ask us any questions or ask about any of the work that we're going to talk about today. So welcome, Charlie, to your first live event with us. Do you want to tell people about you and your role and where you're based?
Absolutely. So I manage the Scottish Autism One-Stop Shop in Fife, which is a service that's offered for members of the autistic community in Fife or family members of professionals, etc. And so previously I had worked on our national advice line. So I've taken the move over to sunny Fife, where I'm enjoying my time at the one-stop shop.
Great. And the one-stop shop, obviously, it's been in Fife for quite some time now. So some of our people joining us today will know about the one-stop shop, but there'll be some people that maybe don't know about the one-stop shop and the work that you guys do in Fife. So can you tell us a little bit about the one-stop shop and the kind of work that you do?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we work basically to offer support, advice and information to those individuals that make contact with our service. So as I said, it may be members of the autistic community in Fife, it could be family members of, it could be professionals looking for some advice. Often we'll receive contact from parents who might be looking for advice with regard to support or other information that may be of use for them and their family. And we offer a bit of quite proactive signposting and to help build people's awareness or just to listen to concerns that people might have. We have a phone service that people can contact us through our phone line. We'll put some details up at the end, I'm sure. We have a mailbox that people can make contact through too. We offer appointments. We basically offer support and advice with regards to a variety of different contexts for individuals within the one-stop shop.
So a busy place then. And
yeah, absolutely.
In the hub and the heart of Fife, and really, it sounds like you do a lot of engagement with the community within Fife and really kind of understanding what it is they need from the one-stop shop. And the first bit that really resonated for me there is around that kind of listening to what people want and that kind of proactive support and things like that. So what are the type of things that people are coming to the one-stop shop to ask for support about?
You know what? There's a lot of different types of inquiries. People are looking for advice or information based around a number of things. We may have autistic adults that make contact. Often we receive contact from people once they've had a diagnosis and are just looking for just a bit of clarity, maybe just to be heard to talk about their experiences and what it might mean for them. Sometimes we'll receive contact from individuals that are looking to receive a bit of support for a transition. Perhaps they've been in, I suppose, post-lockdown or lockdowns, we've had a situation where people are sometimes looking for a bit of guidance and help just to step forward with a variety of things that are important to them, and we can help with that too. Sometimes we'll receive contact from family members, parents, carers, having just received a diagnosis within the family, looking for some guidance. And often I've mentioned there, we've got professionals or those that work within the autism community that will be looking to engage and to try and just to get some input with respect to some questions that they might have. So there's a lot of different types to contact. Sometimes we even get contact from people who are in that pre-diagnostic phase. So there's a little bit of consideration that will go on to that side of things too. But yeah, we get lots of inquiries. We've had inquiries about education, housing, support for independent living. We've had someone on the other day asking about, are there any particulars about receiving support for driving lessons, for people that are talking about housing, employment? There's a really diverse range of considerations there.
So it's a real, I suppose, kind of practical support, and so the one-stop shop, you form part of our sort of broader community sort of offer, if you like, here at Scottish Autism. And whilst our community offer through the advice line, for example, is sitting at a kind of national level, you're really, I suppose, sitting within that community and really understanding what that community in Fife need, and building up those networks and links and providing that real sort of practical resource for people. And I think that's, we know from our kind of conversations through our national advice, and that's what people are looking for, aren't they? They're looking for that kind of practical element. This is happening for me just now. How do I, where do I get the support to move forward with these types of things?
Very much so. And I think the word proactive comes into it because we're really looking at things on an individual level, because every individual will have their own unique circumstances, their own unique way of being, their own preferences and goals and things that will bring them, happiness and direction. And so sometimes people do feel a little bit stuck and they get in touch. We really put a lot of stock on listening just to make sure that we're engaging with people where they're at and with respect to what their authentic needs and desires, wants are. And so, yeah, and also it's fair to say that there's really, there are differences in dynamic across Fife. We've got our coastal villages, we've got our bigger towns. People have got a lot of different things going on, and we're really keen to get the message out that we're here for residents right across the Kingdom of Fife. So it's an important point that we're here right across the board, across the local authority area and into the localities as well.
And it's that unique understanding of those different communities and the different needs that those communities have within Fife, that really makes the one-stop shop quite unique, in the sense of, you're a Fife resident yourself, Charlie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
live and work in that community, so you have that unique understanding of what people might need in that locality, and I think that's quite an asset to the one-stop shop, because you do come with that understanding. But so Charlie, how do people engage with the one-stop shop? What's you've talked there around about signposting and advice and things like that, but what happens if somebody needs something a little bit more, actually like help or support to work through a particular life event or something that's maybe challenging them in their life? How do they get in touch with you about that type of thing?
Well, we have, as I've mentioned, our phone contact and our email inbox, our email address, and so those are two of the principal ways that people can find that. In fact, anybody can look us up. If you Google Fife One Stop Shop, we come up at the top of the Google search, and our details are there as well as being posted on this forum today. Once someone's made contact, what ultimately will happen is that contact will generate maybe some individual advice there and then. We want to engage with people when they're ready. But often what we find is that we can set up follow-up appointments and follow on sessions for individuals too. And that can look basically anyway based around people's communication preferences. We do have face-to-face appointments. I'm in one of our meeting rooms today, and in our meeting rooms, those face-to-face appointments take place, and we can spend some time just picking through an individual's inquiry and where things are. It might be that someone prefers to make contact via the phone. It may be that those appointments might take place via video conference, a bit like this on Zoom or Teams or something like that. So we're really very much just looking to make sure that we're engaging with people in a way that they're most comfortable. Sometimes for individuals that might be a text chat back and forward if that's their preference, but ultimately it's building that support around what it is people feel that they need moving forward. So what we're not looking to do is to say, well, if someone, for example, gets in touch having received a diagnosis and they have some questions, we'll build in a process and a set of contacts built around what it is that they're really looking for. And it comes back to that way of helping and supporting that is really down to what the individual is looking for. So So it makes the one-stop shop a really nice place to work, that we can have that regularity of contact where we need it. And for some people, they just are looking for a little bit of advice and it's a quick call or an email. But if that's not the case, then the one-stop shop's the right place to make contact with too.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that is, isn't it? People just need to know that there's a place, and they're not going to be turned away. You're going to be listened to. I think that's a really important point you make there around, it's that listening, isn't it?
Yeah.
And people setting their own agendas and their own objectives around what it is they want out of the service, rather than, a service saying, well, we can do this, this, and this. So if you don't tick those boxes, you might need to go somewhere else. It's actually, it sounds to me like you very much are kind of, there's a blank sheet of paper here.
Absolutely. I agree with that, Joanna. And I think that the phrase that frequently comes to mind is no fixed agenda, and you've mentioned about listening, you've mentioned about people coming along and really being on a journey often with regards to where they're at. So, for us here at the One Stop Shop, one of the most exciting parts has been able to share that with people. And because we, as members of our One Stop Shop team, our advisors, myself, we've all got our own experience of providing support, for some lived experience in connection with various things. We've all got our own awareness and understanding, and so we can tailor things with the starting point of a good awareness of what different components might be front and center for an autistic individual if they're making contact, or for a family member for that matter. And I think that's important. That basis, that foundational understanding is there, and that is a good place to begin.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of kind of comments coming in here. So welcome to everybody who's joining us throughout this event. We'll just read out a quick note of praise here from Elsa saying, I think it's amazing that autistic people have one place to go. And that is, is what the One Stop Shop is, isn't it? It's that one place where people can go. There's no agenda there. There's no, as I say, there's no tick, list of menu of things that you can choose from. There's a blank sheet of paper here. Come and talk to us, and we'll help in whatever way we can. And sometimes that might mean about bringing in other organizations or other people within our network, but come and let's have the conversation. There's a couple of questions here. So Laura's asking, can you guys help with things like adult respite? And we've also got a question here from, I think it's, is it Rab, around some of the challenges that individuals are facing around vaccinations. And, we're coming into flu season, the flu vaccinations are around. And so are those the types of things that the One Stop Shop can help with?
Oh, without question, absolutely. And so one of the really important things is that we're engaging with our partner organizations and agencies in such a way that we're looking to build those relationships up to make. Not what we don't want to do is just to give someone a phone number or a direction to go and make contact and leave it there. Because of that kind of blank slate policy, that open page, we're in a position whereby we can really proactively help and support people to move forward with those type of inquiries or others. Absolutely.
We've got another comment here from Heather saying, how are you funded? And so, tell us a bit about, where does the One Stop Shop sit within Fife?
So we're funded. Absolutely. We're funded by the Fife Health and Social Care Partnership. So within that, it gives us scope to do the work that we're doing, and that gives us that regularity of contact. And we're here, we've been here for a number of years now. And because of the way that we're funded by the local health and social care partnership, we're in a position where, on an ongoing basis, we're looking to continue to provide that support right across the board in Fife. So that's where we're at there.
And Heather, in response to the kind of second part of your question here, the One Stop Shop here for people either with or without a learning disability, and as Charlie has said there, that diagnostic, throughout that diagnostic journey, through that identifying, that self-identification, or however that comes through that diagnostic journey and onward post-diagnosis. We have another comment here from somebody. I'm just going to bring it back up onto my screen here around advocacy. So tell me about that. So Laura's asking, can you do advocacy? So One Stop Shop is not an advocacy service, but you do have links with other advocacy networks across Fife.
Yeah, we do. So we don't do direct advocacy specifically, but we do have links, and we are working to connect all the time with some of the advocacy the advocacy organisations. Across Fife, there are a variety of different advocacy organisations, and so some of them are issues-based, some of them will take a different approach, but we have a good knowledge and awareness of who our partners are, so we're in a good position to support and direct within that kind of proactive framework to help people find access.
Great. And it's about creating those networks, isn't it? It's about working collaboratively with lots of different services across Fife, including NHS services, other parts of the health and social care partnership across Fife. It's about working collaboratively, isn't it, to build a holistic, I suppose, sort of package of support for somebody that meets what they need.
Yeah, absolutely. That collaborative package is really what it's all about. So yeah, we're very much in the place where we're seeking to kind of build really strong networks. One of our core values really relates to collaboration, because when we're working together, the potential outcomes that are available for people right across the board by these partners can really be magnified, I think. So that's a really critical component of the work that we do here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Charlie, tell me a little bit about the team at the One Stop Shop. Obviously, we've talked about you and your background. So who else have we got at the One Stop Shop? And I believe you've got a bit of a request and an ask to the audience today as well.
Absolutely. We have, so in our One Stop Shop, we have our senior advisor, Kirsty Willis. We have an advisor in Caroline Schofield, and you can see their pictures and find out a little bit of detail about them on our website. But they are our mainstay of our core of our staff for things at the One Stop Shop. They are knowledgeable and they really exude compassion and are keen to make a contribution on behalf of those folks around Fife that come into contact with our service. We have a really exciting, dynamic team. We're not fixed in that agenda, and so we're looking to just help people and direct them across the board. Now, with that in mind, it's a small team, and we do have, as you've mentioned, that request. We're looking to expand and to bring some others into the team. So if there's anybody out there that's listening that feels they have that understanding of autism, that are dynamic, they're innovative, that are in that position where they have that same desire to help people, then absolutely we would love to hear from you, because we're in a position where we're looking to make those changes. So that's an exciting prospect for us.
Yeah, so as Charlie said, if there's anybody out there that thinks actually that's the type of work that I'd like to be engaged with, let us know, get in touch with us. The contact details for the One Stop Shop will follow this event, so you'll know how to get in touch with us. But yeah, we're looking for you. We want you. So if you think you fit that kind of profile of person that could come and join the team at the One Stop Shop, then please do let us know. We'd love to hear from you, because as I say, lots of exciting work, lots and lots of stuff happening at the One Stop Shop. You're redeveloping your the groups. Looking to be much more peer-led groups, and looking for people who can support that type of work. So lots of great opportunities. So we've just had a comment in here from Gordon saying the needs and difficulties encountered by people with what's calling more subtle presentation of autism can be misunderstood or underappreciated. Is there scope for interagency working to improve understanding? So I suppose it's that utilisation of that specialist knowledge, isn't it, to support other agencies across Fife.
Absolutely, yeah.
Might be working in partnership with individuals within Fife.
Yeah, without question. I think that's important. Again, another one of our kind of core points or values is just about being change makers. You know, within the team, that's very much a prevalent. There's a sense of that as we are. So what we do want to do is to make, you know, to help things to move forward, so people can feel more comfortable and more confident with the services that are out there across Fife. And so I'm glad that point's been raised. Things can be subtle, and there can be a variety of different experiences that people have. And so that principle is very high up our list of priorities as we're engaging with others.
Yeah, so, you know, building that knowledge and understanding and of autism across Fife, and actually, you know, how the Kingdom of Fife can support the autistic community to and respect the talent and diversity that it has. So just picking up just one last comment here from Laura. Yes, Laura, we are recruiting. So we're looking for community advisors to join the staff team at the One Stop Shop to really get involved with the work that Charlie's talking about there. And just picking up from Alex, who's made a couple of comments of excellent and great stuff. So thank you for your support there, Alex. We really appreciate it, because, you know, it's just lovely to hear from the community when we're able to do these types of events. And yeah, Gordon, you know, has added a supplementary point here around the fact that actually, you know, that subtleness of, or when people are coping or adopting a kind of mask, that sort of sometimes hides the true extent of the effort or the work that somebody's having to put in just to participate in, whether it be in an employment environment or school environment. And actually, that's really stressful and really exhausting. And we hear that a lot, don't we? You know,
we do. Yeah, this is very consistent with the kind of information and experiences that are shared by those that are making contact here at the One Stop Shop. And so, yeah, we have conversations based around that, around the impact of that, masking, etc. And yeah, that absolutely is something that people are going through and experiencing, and it's absolutely acknowledged.
Yeah, and yeah, Terry's just added a point here around my 7-year-old daughter has autism and ADHD. And my child struggles so badly with people staring at her in shops because she's, you know, responding to the environment in a different way. And she just wants to be understood and accepted like everybody else. And that's a really, you know, strong focus of the One Stop Shop, isn't it? That kind of that advocacy, that type of advocacy, in the sense of, you know, respecting the diversity of the community in Fife, and that talent and skill and just, you know, overall wonderfulness that is within Fife. So a huge element to that. And Laura, please get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to chat with you in more detail over the roles and all the bits associated with that. So thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for telling us about the work of the One Stop Shop. It sounds like there's some really great stuff happening over in Fife, and it's lovely to hear about it. And again, you know, if you want to know more about the One Stop Shop, or you'd like to get in touch with the One Stop Shop, then our team that working in the background will pop up a slide with contact details, including a phone number, email address, and you can actually physically visit the One Stop Shop as well, can't you? So if you'd like to book an appointment to come and speak to Charlie or one of the team, then the address is there as well, so you know where to find us. Once again, thank you so much, Charlie, for joining us this lunchtime, and thank you as well to those of you who've joined us on Facebook. If you didn't catch the beginning of this, or you'd like to go back and revisit again, that option will be available later on today, so you'll be able to go back and watch the event. Please keep an eye on our social media channels. We have an upcoming live event coming up in December around coping with the festive season and the change and uncertainty that might be happening, and also ways to celebrate the season in the way that you want to. So join our advisory team for that session in December. But Once again, thank you so much, Charlie, and thank you to everybody who's joined us today.
Thank you.